Andrew Callard, Deputy Principal of Services for Business of Hartpury College. Hartpury College is the delivery organisation for the ESF and LSC co-finance suite project. That's the Southwest Enabling Environmental Technologies. Andrew, would you mind giving us an overview of the project, where it is and what you've been up to?
By all means. SWEET is a project that focuses on energy efficiency, renewable energy, recycling, and it's delivered in the West of England sub-region, which is a region that includes Bath, Bristol, Western-super-Mare, South Gloucestershire. It's a project which looks at creating qualifications where none exist in renewable technologies, and it does that through a process of undertaking a range of training needs analyses by which we contacted a significant number of building and construction companies in the region, and from those training needs analysis then creating a curriculum that will be accredited against a new qualification framework, and then takes that on and delivers a mixture of awareness and specific training to organisations in the sub-region.
Thank you. You carried out a substantial amount of research in coming up with the courses that you were going to propose. Can you tell me what were the key messages that came out of the research, and whether indeed it could be applied to other parts of the country?
Yep. I think I'll answer the second part first. What we found is clearly applicable across the country because we've worked very closely with organisations like Summit Skills, Skills Council for Building Services and Environment, and with the other sector skills councils, and some of the research they've done replicates some of our findings. The two core findings that we had was one of simple awareness, that managers and leaders of organisations weren't really aware of how they could employ the various technologies to increase efficiency, to increase the take-up of renewables. As they were unaware, they were unable to put them in. So that's the first part of the problem, so it's about creating awareness. The second part of the problem was about identifying then the appropriate training for technicians being the individuals who would install the technologies or apply the systems. And there is, or was, a complete lack of suitable training available for those technicians in routes that could be funded.
And in terms of this being something that is rolled out over the country, or why do you think other regions would be interested in this? Do you think there's a lack of the skills, or?
I think there is a lack of the core skills. With a lot of these technologies, they're not highly advanced technologies in terms of installation, but it is about extending individuals' knowledge so they can install the technologies correctly. So, for example, if we look at thermal solar, the most appropriate trade would be a plumber, because it's to do with piping and water. But getting the panel attached to a roof is not something that a plumber normally does. So it's the extension of that knowledge, and it's a national need. It's not simply something in the West of England. We just have the benefit of this project to push this forward.
What factors did you consider when you were putting together your current suite of units?
Okay. I think one of the interesting things for us at the outset of the project is that it was ESF co-funded with the LSC, and there was a presumption that a range of qualifications existed and those needed to be delivered. When we actually went to look at the Learning Aims database, which has all the fundable accredited qualifications, there was only one. And I would compare and contrast what was available to the further education sector with what is available at higher education. There are a vast range of universities offering courses in environmental technologies about the planning, about the need. What was lacking was at the further education and in terms of the technicians and the installation. We were originally targeted about creating a qualification against the NQF, but of course the NQF is moving into the qualifications credit framework later on in August 2010. And by December 2010, all qualifications will be against that framework. The qualifications credit framework is closer aligned to what businesses want. The credit framework is about credits which are worth 10 hours of learning, short, bite-sized chunks.
Very digestible.
Very digestible, which then build up through a process of accumulation, through a process of combination, into qualifications which are awards, certificates and diplomas. So an immediate advantage and immediate acceptance or potential for acceptance from businesses. We also look at the qualifications framework. We'll see that in environmental technologies you come from one of two ends. You either come from the built environment end, the construction end, or you come from the land-based end. Now Hartpury is a land-based college. It's very proud that it is an outstanding college in that area. And it saw the need to create a national qualification through the QCF with units that, or credits that could be taken from that qualification and added to and developed further. So beyond this project, we'll actually be looking at ways that we would accredit units that are specifically land-based.
And by the same token, other colleges from elsewhere in the country could take.
Absolutely. And what we see as one of the aims of the project will be about encouraging further education providers to deliver these qualifications in a way that fits with their perceived needs in terms of funding, core funding, and they therefore have a way of responding to the national need to encourage environmental technologies, which is a very key and positive benefit of this project.
Absolutely. Can I ask you one final question? I think we touched on it a little bit before, this idea that what you're doing here can impact nationally, but can you see or crystal ball gaze and think about the economic benefits of the courses?
Certainly. I mean, I can see that these courses have substantial economic benefits both at the micro level and also at the macro level. At the macro level, there is a need for the nation to engage more actively in employing these technologies in order to meet climate reduction. There is also a need, I think, and a macro benefit that as we break the circles and the misconceptions about environmental technologies, we'll actually start to foster a greater manufacturing and installation industry in the UK. So it will have a positive benefit in terms of jobs. It will also have a positive benefit as we increase our numbers of manufacturers in research and design, so that we're taking on board the new advances in these technologies to increase their efficiency. In the short term, at the micro level, we have the benefit, one of the benefits we are giving to those who engage in our programs of delivery is that they're able to actively engage in a new market, a market in which there's an opportunity, a market where regulation is driving them. So they can engage in microgeneration, certification process, which enables their clients then to gain grants to go forward. It is also timely because one of the greatest sectors that's been hit by the current recession is building construction, in creating those opportunities, but also a small part of the project has been to prevent the redundancy of some apprentices who fall within particular criteria, so that they got a wage subsidy to enable them to continue their programme, but also only on the basis that they undertook environmental technology training. So, in short, I think there are job opportunities that this project will create, both directly in the installation, but also more broadly within the manufacturing base.
Andrew Callard, thank you very much.
Thank you.